The quarterback room for the Carolina Panthers is a crowded one. We've talked about the battle going on for QB1, Baker Mayfield, taking on Sam Darnold in that battle. PJ Walker, Matt Corral also in there. No matter who gets the starting job or even the backup job, some of these receivers certainly going to see a lot of football. So one of those receivers, Robbie Anderson, is looking for a bounce-back season. Monday, he spoke one-on-one with our Josina Anderson.
So we are here with Panthers wide receiver Robbie Anderson, the other Anderson, because you know I'm Josina Anderson, so I always have to say that whenever I interview you. So I am just curious right now, obviously there are a lot of things that you would like to see progress from last season to this season. So relative to that, how is your acclimation going for yourself and what you would like, given the fact that you are adjusting to potentially the insertion of a new quarterback at the starter position with Baker?
You know, I'm just trying to perfect as much as I can to make things as easy as possible for him. You know? And, you know, just working on myself, you know, I can't control what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I can only work on and control what I'm doing. So that's just what I've been focused on, you know, and I'm still getting acclimated to it. It's a new playbook for me. So I'm still, you know, adjusting to the ins and outs and getting a feel for it myself. But, you know, just focused on improving myself daily.
So when you look at it from the wide receiver level, right, because I'm sure when it's two different passers or whoever, and obviously Matt Corral and the other guys too, what adjustments or what's the differences that you're making as a wide receiver receiving the ball from, you know, Sam versus, you know, Matt versus obviously namely Baker?
I mean, I'm trying as best as possible not to focus on that. Because I feel like if you do, that creates like, you know, I wouldn't say a distraction, but, you know, like an unnecessary thought. So when I'm in there, I'm not really trying to think like, who's that quarterback and just thinking about, like, you know, just handling what I am and just focusing on the football, honestly. Yeah.
So when you think about just the energy of a Baker, too, because obviously you're covering him from Cleveland, one of the things I noticed when he was drafted #1 overall, and he walked past me at the Combine in Indy, was he just walked past me with that little, you know, swag walk. And it's hard not to notice that energy and that chutzpah that he has. What do you think of that energy relative to the impact it could have on this team just from that alone?
Nah, I vibe it a lot. You know, I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that he has that confidence and that passion and that, you know, like that prove-it attitude. You know what I'm saying? I think that it translates to a lot of other people. You know, that's similar to my characteristics. So I definitely like that a lot about him.
When you think about and I know it's far down the line, but obviously we got to talk about it because it is the Week 1 matchup relative, you know, against his old team. When you think of the opportunities as players that players have to go up against their former team, what do you think of that opportunity for him and what it potentially could do for the whole team riding off of that energy for that game if he is the starter?
No, I think that's major. You know, last year, my week when we played the Jets, you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie like I ain't have a little extra energy to do so. But, you know, my thing is, you know, I know that's a big game for him, so I just want to do all I can to, you know, help him make that a big game and a great game for, you know, it's revenge. You know what I'm saying? I know I can only imagine how you feel they gave up on him. You know what I'm saying? The year before he led them to the playoffs. Last year he dealt with some injuries and, you know, they gave up on him. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine how you feel. So, you know, my job is to do my best so he can do his best against them.
And is that a connecting point to, I mean, I know you and I have had conversations relative to where things were 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying, as a 1,000-plus receiver, and then some of the things that happened last year. And even though despite some of the commentary, right, it is a player that gone through the experience of having someone or a team, figuratively speaking, turn their back, right? And to a degree, that might be a bonding aspect, right? Maybe for the two of you?
No, most definitely. I think that we both kind of like, I mean, I think honestly, like when you look at our team, we kind of all in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Like from the head coach down, like we all got something to prove, and you know, you could say some of us took a step back in ways that wasn't our control, but I think collectively when you look at everybody on our team, we all not really getting the respect we deserve, but that's obviously because we haven't been winning. So I think that we all, there's nobody on our team that, you know, obviously is a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. Super Bowl
Be careful
champ.
talking about Hall of Famer with me because you saw what happened with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, but go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying, so I just think that we are really just in the same boat and all got something to prove, and you know, nobody's really giving us the respect that we feel we deserve, so we got to go get it.
And that's what I was going to ask you last question, because you guys do have yourself. You have DJ, you got Christian, you got, you know, Baker, who, you know, if that call is made on Rashard Higgins in the division championships, you know, against the Chiefs a couple years ago, and they called the helmet to helmet, you know, maybe they go on to the conference championship. So
sure.
it just shows you what potentially he could have done as a quarterback too, and relative to the opportunity that you guys have.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I think that everybody, you know, it's been, you know, camp's been going by pretty fast to me compared to last year. But I think everybody's, you know, progressing daily. Like, I don't see, it hasn't really been those days where I feel like people taking steps back. I think that everybody's improving daily, and that's the biggest thing. Everybody improving what they can, and that'll all collectively translate.
Okay, so because you put IE in your name, I think I'm going to put EN at the end of Anderson, so we have a little distinction now. Maybe I'll just do that too. All right, Robbie, I appreciate it. For Robbie, I'm Josina. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Josina Anderson, going into his 7th season. Of course, that 1,000-yard season in 2020, just shy of 1,100. Didn't even get to half that total in 2021. So he's looking to bounce back. As you take a look at the schedule, they open week 1 against Cleveland. Baker Mayfield, if he wins that starting job, gets his revenge game right away. And wouldn't it be something if his first touchdown pass against his former team is to Anderson, who didn't want him there in the first place? They go to the Giants before coming back home to face the Saints and Cardinals. Could be a good start for Carolina. 3 of their first 4 games are at home.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.